Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here, and it is Monday, and we are previewing a Raptors game against the Bulls tonight. It's one of the games that was scheduled recently because of the NBA Cup, and we're also reviewing and reacting to a fantastic 9:05 game yesterday. It was absolutely fun to watch. It was so good. All the reason to care, David. Honestly, you're exactly wrong. 1 point victory for the 9:05 over the Maine Celtics in a thriller. It was absolutely the best 9:05 game this entire season so far. And if you didn't watch it, you missed out. I'm not going to lie. Seriously. Good morning, Monique. I see that your name is first in the chat. And well, let's get into it. We'll see. We'll do Trevor real quick. Every bad situation will have something positive. Every a dead clock, shows correct time twice a day. There you go. There you go. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean that's true. A clock that is not working will be right twice a day because it's sitting there. That's yeah. Every bad situation does have a positive. That's true. It may be dark, it may be kind of gross and sad and weird, but it's still a positive. How about that? So thank you, Trevor J, for your words of wisdom. Let's get right into the preview, and I will be reacting to this 9:05 game, which was absolutely, like I said, one of the best games this year. Very entertaining and a lot of fun to watch, honestly. All right, so here we go. We'll start with our team first. Now, there's some rumors because of something that posted by Scotty last night that Emmanuel and Bruce are going to play today. I don't know. They're already ruled out. Blake Murphy has said on Blue Skies that Bruce Brown, Scotty Barnes, and Emmanuel Quickly are all ruled out for today's game already. But Scotty's posting pictures of those two other guys with eyes on them like they're coming back. So I don't know. Bruce Brown is out because of his knee conditioning because he's trying to get better from his surgery still. But listen, these guys are going to be back. Maybe not this game, but they could be very well back for the very next game, which is going to be against against Brooklyn on Thursday. So they only may miss this game, and they may all be back on Thursday, guys. I'm telling you, all of them, including Scotty. Seriously. So conditioning for Bruce is still ramping up. He's going to miss today. Emmanuel Quickly is still out. He's begun incorporating his left arm into recent workouts, but he's still not ready for full contact drills. That's according to Aaron Rose. And Scotty Barnes is out of his walking boot. He was practicing yesterday without a walking boot. He's still not practicing with contact, but the kid is running around and working without something on his foot, so his foot don't hurt anymore. So that means if it's not fractured and it's just an ankle sprain, he's going to be back very soon, y'all. So like I said, I expect all these guys to miss the game today against Chicago, but be ready for Brooklyn and Jordy Fernandez on Thursday. That's right. And Jamison Battle did not play yesterday for the Raptors 9:05, and he's still listed on the injury list right now due to a left ankle sprain of himself. He got that ankle sprain in the game last week against Delaware Bluecoats. And yeah, he missed the game yesterday for 9:05, and it's likely that he won't be available for today's game for the Bulls either. So that's your Raptors injuries. If I'm speculating the starting lineup for the Toronto Raptors today, let's see. They do have kind of a regular point guard. Darko's talked about this in the practice interview yesterday about starting RJ at point guard. And he said, yeah, I decided to start RJ at point guard last game, and it worked out really well. It's like I liked giving him this challenge, and I thought he did really, really good. So let's not be surprised if he does it again, where he starts a big lineup and RJ is the point guard once again. So he really liked that. And RJ himself talking about it and said, yeah, it's a challenge. I haven't really played much point guard since Duke. And, being out there and playing point guard it's a lot of fun. And I like new challenges. So, RJ's all about it. If they're going to do that to him again, we're going to put him in a lineup with RJ with Grady, Oshai, Jakob, and, it was Mobo in the last game. But to tell you the truth, y'all, I could see them doing something where they put Jacoby in the starting lineup with Grady, RJ, Oshai, and Jakob. That could be the starting lineup tonight, guys. I'm going to speculate that maybe Jacoby's going to start today, and it will be in the place of Jonathan Mobo, and they'll have, RJ at point guard again. So who knows? We'll have to see. That's just me speculating. On the other side of things, Chicago does have injuries. Dalen Terry Dalen Terry has his knee is messed up. He's questionable for today. That's a big man that's tough to play. So I'm not upset if this guy's out. Questionable for today. Lonzo Ball is on the list for his knee. He's probable, though, so that means he'll probably play. Nikola Vucevic is ill. He's not feeling well, so he's probable, so he's probably going to play. Zach LaVine, his back is messed up, and he's questionable. So him and Dalen Terry may be not playing today, but Lonzo Ball and Vucevic should be playing. EJ Liddell is out also, like right now with a sore left knee. So let's look at the Bulls lineup. We haven't really seen them yet this year. The post DeMar DeRozan Bulls that are coming to Toronto today. Josh Giddey, of course, is their new point guard, guys. They have Josh Giddey starting at point guard with Kobe White in the backcourt. If Zach LaVine is not able to play, we could likely see Ayo Dosunmu or Matas Bazelis, the rookie, in the starting lineup. Patrick Williams of Florida State is their power forward. And if Vucevic isn't able to play, they might play Jalen Smith, the former Pacer, at center. The other names on their team right now, it looks like Lonzo actually comes off the bench right now. But yeah, I named those guys, Ayo and Matas Bazelis, Jalen Smith, Talon Horton Tucker, Julian Phillips, Adama Sanago. Let's see who else is on there. And Torrey Craig. That's basically the team for the Bulls. The Bulls have won 3 out of their last 5 games. And they are, they've done pretty good. They beat Charlotte on Friday in their last game. And a lot of the leading is by Vucevic and Zach LaVine. So we'll have to see who's available today as far as health-wise. It's looking like it's likely that they'll be missing Dalen Terry and Zach LaVine, and maybe they'll have Lonzo Ball. We'll get to see Lonzo Ball play for the first time against the Raptors in forever, honestly. And we'll have to see if Vucevic shows up to go up against Pirtle. He is sick, so that's interesting. All right, let's get to the refs. Our referees for our game tonight for the Raptors, our family guy, Mark Lindsay, is the crew chief, number 29 in his 18th season out of Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. His favorite TV show is Family Guy. He likes the movie Shawshank Redemption. He gets down and gets funky to the Dave Matthews Band. His favorite book is Can't Hurt Me. His favorite app is Apple Podcasts. He wants to visit Rome and go on a family trip with his family to Italy. And his hidden talent is spelling. Mark Lindsay is the Pennsylvania native, received a bachelor's degree in elementary education and graduated with honors from Westchester University, where he was a 3-year letterman in varsity basketball. He has worked as a teacher and a real estate agent. Yeah, Mark Lindsay done a couple things, and he did play. So there you go. Mark Lindsay is the best ref for the Raptors today, and it's a good thing he's the crew chief. We won our first game of the season this year with Mark Lindsay involved. So we did win the last game he was around. We win 57% of our games historically throughout the whole history of Mark Lindsay's officiating career. Meanwhile, the Bulls win 42% of their games. So 57-42 is the split for the Raptors with the crew chief, Mark Lindsay. The second ref is Jenna Schroeder, number 20 in her 6th season out of Flint, Michigan. Jenna is into Dirty Dancing. She likes the TV show 30 Rock. She listens to Bob Seger. That's right, baby. Most like to visit Australia, and her bucket list is to see Billy Joel, Eric Clapton, and the Rolling Stones all in concert. That's right. Flint, Michigan native Schroeder played college basketball herself at Oakland University from 2004 to 2005 and Saginaw Valley State University 2005 to 2008. She graduated from Saginaw Valley State with a bachelor's degree in communication. Yeah, Jenna is the middle of the road ref today. Mark Lindsay is in favor of us. Jenna is exactly the same for both teams. Now, we've had Jenna referee twice this year already for us, and we lost both games. So we're 0-2 with her so far this season, which isn't surprising considering our season. But both teams have the exact same record with her. They are both 400, 40% winning percentage for both the Raptors and the Bulls today. It's a split 40-40 with Jenna Schroeder, the second ref. The third ref is Sayesh Mehta. Sayesh is number 82 in his 5th season also from Baltimore, Maryland. His favorite TV show is The Office. He likes the movie Slumdog Millionaire. He also listens to Bob Seger. So maybe the refs are listening to Bob Seger on the way to the game tonight, because that's a favorite of both Jenna and Sayesh. That's pretty cool. His favorite book is The Alchemist. He likes to eat butter chicken with garlic naan. His favorite app is Spotify. He'd like to visit Australia, and his bucket list to play at Pebble Beach, and his hidden talent is badminton. There you go. Some things in common between Jenna Schroeder and Sayesh Mehta. Sayesh was studied the Baltimore native studied neurobiology and physiology at the University of Maryland. He started his officiating career in Maryland's intramural department. That's right. He was supposed to become a doctor, but instead he became an NBA ref. Yep, that's right. He is the worst ref for us today. He is one of the top 10 worst refs for the Raptors. Just so y'all know, we win 33% of our games. That's 1 out of 3 games we win. Meanwhile, the Bulls win 69% of their games. So 33-69 for the Bulls with Sayesh Mehta, the would-be doctor. Yeah, he has not refed us yet this year. It's a very balanced ref crew, honestly. All the refs, you got the really favorable one for us, Mark Lindsay. You got the one right down the middle, Jenna. And then Sayesh Mehta is kind of in favor of the Bulls. But the crew chief is on our side, and we are at home. So hopefully we get some home cooking and the right kind of favor in the calls, considering the situation. We are at home, and it's our home crowd. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how they do with that. That'll be awesome. So yeah, there's your referee information for tonight's game. It's not a bad crew. Mark Lindsay's been very good to the Raptors this year so far. So hopefully he can continue that trend. And hopefully these guys had a good layoff of 3 days off. And they've done things like they went to college basketball games a lot this weekend. Hopefully they're happy and they're healthy and they're smiling and they're ready to come back to work today on Monday. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying this morning. Monique is here. Good to see the super fan Monique Lawrence. Off to my wheelchair appointment. Good morning, Raptor Freak family crew. Good morning, Monique. That's fantastic. That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait for you to get this new chair that is decked out with black and red for the Raptors and is just a top of the line, state of the art new chair that is going to be absolutely a game changer for our good friend Monique Lawrence. So yeah, I hope everything goes as smooth as possible. And you know what? Hopefully they expedite this chair to your life as soon as possible, because I know you're getting it in the new year. Well, who knows? Maybe you can get it a little earlier than you thought you would. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Yeah, hopefully my audio is much better today. I put something on the mic so that hopefully it's not doing any crackling or any kind of weird stuff like it was yesterday. I apologize once again for not having the best professional audio yesterday. The mic is here. It's in front of me. And yesterday it was kind of like rolling around on the couch and not really sitting on something. Well, I put a piece of wood underneath it this time. So hopefully it helps it. Hopefully it helps it. Trevor J say 905, big win. That's right, it was. We finished our tip-off tournament 14-game series for the beginning of the G League season. And, we finished 4-10. That is our final record after these 14 games against the East Division of the 905. It could have been way better. In fact, I was expecting to be near the top. But unfortunately, the injuries to the Raptors sapped all the great young rookies up there and not were able to be there consistently during these 14 games so far of the G League season to help Andrew Jones and his team do better. But yesterday, wow, some very interesting things happened in the game yesterday. And that's why, David, you're wrong when you say Novus is playing Novices. Who cares? We care, because that is our G League affiliate team. And there's a strong ties between that team and our Raptors. And in some ways, their success is the Raptors' success. And it all comes up and helps us. So, yeah, we do care, David. And I'll talk about here real quick my 3 stars, 5 stars, because we won 5 stars of the game. It was absolutely a Canadian fan fest because our Canadians were top notch once again on the 905 team. We've got some really, really, really high level Canadian players on this team at this point. And the top 2 stars are Canadians. AJ Lawson is my number 1 star, the newly acquired two-way that we got from Long Island Nets, really wowing things. In only his second game for the 905, he came out there and got 34 points on 11 of 22 shooting, 4 of 10 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, which is absolutely fantastic. 43 minutes for the guy. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, a plus 14. AJ was awesome, man. You know what I like about AJ Lawson is that he is able to create his own offense in all kinds of different ways. He's a money three-point shooter from the corner, and he's such a swooping kind of player when he's driving to the basket. You know, he can get a lane to the hoop, and all of a sudden he takes off and he's throwing it down on the other team. He's one of those kind of players. And I swear that man is not 6'6". That is not his true height. I think that man's at least 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", because he plays bigger than 6'6". I'm going to say that right now. I really love AJ on the 905 so far. He's had a little rough patch fitting in so far, but you know what? It doesn't matter. That's the kind of talent he is. He barely knows his teammates. He barely knows our system, and he put down 34 points yesterday, and it was very fun. In fact, at the end of the game, I was very much telling through the computer screen, Jamal Shed, pass the ball to AJ Lawson and let him take this game over and win it right at the end. Well, it kind of went that way. I'll talk about it in a sec, but it isn't exactly how it all went down. To help the 905 get a 1-point victory over the Maine Celtics. That's right, the Celtics, David. This is why this matters. We beat the Celtics by 1 point last night or yesterday and during the day. No, it's fantastic. 115 to 114 for Raptors 905, making Andrew Jones feel good finally. The second star of the game for me is also from Toronto, and his name is Eugene Omoruyi. Yeah, you may have heard his name before because he's been a star of the game a few times now in recent times. He was the number 1 star in the last 2 games, actually. Eugene also scored 34 points for the Raptors 905 yesterday on 42 minutes of action. 14 of 18 from the field. That is beautiful shooting. 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, 5 offensive rebounds, 10 rebounds altogether for the double-double, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers, though, a +6 for Eugene Omoruyi. In the first half, Eugene was the show. He had 18 points shortly after the second quarter started. He had a majority of the 905's points at that time. He had more than half of them. So he really carried us early. And the thing I love about Eugene is he never stops working. The guy is constantly crashing the boards. The guy is constantly being a pest to the other team on defense. And he is so good at finishing underneath the basket with guys all around him in traffic, grabbing him and hitting him and stuff. He still manages to put that ball through the net. And that's why I salute you, Eugene Omoruyi, and 2 guys from the Toronto area being the top 2 stars for the 905. That's badass, man. That is badass. Those guys are awesome. I love them so much. The third star is also Canadian, guys. That's right. Quincy Guerriere came off the bench from Montreal, and he did a great job once again. He was very solid. Quincy, 9 of 18 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. He missed both his 2 3-point free throws, so that was a problem. 5 offensive rebounds, 13 rebounds altogether, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 19 points in 35 minutes, a -6. Quincy was active. Quincy tried to do a crazy-ass dunk in the second half. It was kind of like a Vince Carter fly through the air with your legs behind you, kind of up over your head kind of thing. But he missed it. He flubbed that dunk. It bricked, and it was very embarrassing. Let's just put it that way, Quincy. You're going to do that flashy stuff. You better make sure you make it because that's not fundamentally sound. If you're going to try and do crazy-ass high-flying dunks, you better make them because it's embarrassing when you don't. I got to say that. Yeah, Quincy was solid off the bench. And one thing I got to say about what Andrew Jones did differently, and part of the reason maybe why they won, was he was very not equal with the minutes yesterday. He really went heavy on a very, actually, it was only like honestly, he only had a 6-man rotation yesterday. He played 6 guys like 30-plus minutes, and then the rest of the team, nobody hardly played. I mean, a lot of the guys played 40 minutes that he played heavy yesterday. So he really did go away. I think what it is Coach Jones was really rewarding the guys who are doing things right and playing the hell out of them and ignoring all the unprofessional players on 905 that haven't been playing up the level they should be. And he just went heavy on those other guys because 35 minutes for Quincy, 43 minutes for AJ, 42 minutes for Eugene. Jamal Shed played for 40 minutes yesterday too. So, yeah, it was just Very concentrated lineup. Usually he'd play a 10-man rotation, but in reality, yesterday, kind of with the minutes, like some of the guys didn't play hardly at all that played, and he only put like 9 guys in. So and you count the guys who got under 10 minutes, he only played a 6-man rotation yesterday. Seriously. Only like 6 guys that he really concentrated on that game. And that may have paid off because the quality of the play was better and there were less turnovers in certain ways. So maybe this is what you need to do, is really, really reward the guys who are doing it right and overplay them. I have no problem with that, Andrew Jones, if you want to do that. Yeah, the 4th star of the game in this win, because we do 5 stars when they win, is Jamal Shed. Jamal Shed was the point guard de facto leader in the game. In the beginning of the game, he forced his shot way too much, and he started 1 for 8. And I was like, oh, man, Jamal, don't do this, man. Don't do your Kennedy Chandler impersonation. You're better than this. In fact, once again, Jamal, the assignment is you got to make your teammates better so that you can get the win. And you were successful yesterday with this. At a certain point during the game, it clicked and you stopped calling your own number 23 and you started going and finding guys like AJ Lawson, Eugene Omoruyi, and Ulrich Shamshay. So I appreciate you for reverting to being a point guard, a true point guard last night, and truly helping your team get the victory as a leader, because you did do that. Jamal was 7 of 20 from the field by the end of the game. He got a lot of opportunities to shoot. 1 of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, but 13 assists with 15 points for a double-double. So a few of our guys got double-doubles yesterday. He also had 6 steals, which was absolutely fantastic. 0 as a plus-minus in 40 minutes. Jamal Shed, one of our J-Rooks, getting the 4th star in the 905 game yesterday. Yeah, he was cool, man. Like some of the passes were really awesome. At the end of the game, the play that was the last offensive play for the 905 was basically this. Jamal called his own number, which I was pissed at because I was like, give the ball to AJ Lawson, because Lawson's been a bucket and he has been very, very good at either making a shot or going to the line. But Jamal drove to the basket, but he was really smart because he kicked it all the way back out to the top of the key and threw it to AJ Lawson. But the problem was, and this was similar to the game we went to last Sunday at Westchester Knicks game, which is a novice game, David, but we really much enjoyed it. They had a 5-second inbounds violation right at the end of the game, which sucked. And that was very novice. Yes. When the Raptors didn't inbound the ball in 5 seconds, they turned the ball over in Westchester. It was just really ugly. Well, this was a similar kind of screw up. What Jamal did was he held onto the ball too long with dribbling, and he attacked the paint too late. He took a little bit to like collect himself and wait. If he had gone out, because when he threw the ball to AJ Lawson, AJ made the shot, but he didn't get it in time to shoot it before the 24-second shot clock went off. So it didn't count. And if he had made that shot, it would have put us up by 4 points. Because then what we had to do at the end of the game was the 905 had to do 2 defensive stands against the Maine Celtics, which was so risky and so scary, especially since we were in Maine, not home at Mississauga. And, you know, the referees could have easily bailed them out by giving them a foul call and putting them on the line, and they would have beat us. But credit to the 905 guys for playing very steady, conscious defense and not fouling, and also managing to stop them from scoring. So it was a defensive stand that won the game for the 905. It was very, very stressful because it looked like to a lot of us watching the game that it was about to be a heartbreaker where the 905 were going to get the game stolen from them by the Maine Celtics because they had the opportunity to do it. But thank God it didn't work out that way. They held the ball off and they got the win. So kudos to you, Jamal Shed, as the floor general and leading the 905 to a victory and helping the coach Andrew Jones look a little bit better. Seriously, that was a big, big deal right there. My last star of the game for yesterday's game is Mr. Shamshay. Prince Shamshay came out there and had a block party at one point. He blocked the hell out of them for a little while there. It was one section where he got like 3 blocks right in a row real quick. Yeah, Shamshay didn't have a major, huge game. He only scored 2 points. He was 1 of 1 from the field. He missed both his free throws, which I was upset about. Two offensive rebounds, 4 rebounds altogether, 4 blocks, a +2 in 18 minutes. Shamshay wasn't out there for a whole long time, but I wanted to give him some shine for what he accomplished out there with the blocks. And, he was playing pretty smart in certain ways. Another thing that Andrew Jones did in the game yesterday that was really smart was he didn't start Shai. We've had bad starts out there, partly because we've been disorganized and not really knowing what we're doing. Well, they started Dylan Disu with the starters of a Eugene Omoruyi, Jamal Shed, Tyreek Key, and AJ Lawson. And Disu had a nice, steady, knowledgeable sense to him that he's a little bit older than Shamshe, and he's a little more savvy in some ways and knowing what he's doing with his feet and awareness on defense and stuff, that we got off to a really good start, and we're beating the Maine Celtics in the first 10 minutes of the game, 16-6. Now, when we put the bench in, when Shamshe did come in halfway through the first, we screwed up that lead, and they, in fact, went way above that lead and took like a 19-point lead by some point in the second quarter. So it sucked. But I like that, you learned something yesterday, Andrew Jones. If you start with a very solid, kind of steady kind of guys that you can depend on to start well and fundamentally do things right, you'll get a good start in the game. And that was one of the best starts the 905s had in any of their 14 games so far this season. So there were some things you figured out yesterday, and I'm proud of that. And I really hope that your coaching career gets better and better from this point. Then we go to 2 more games in Orlando. It's the Showcase Cup for the G League, and they will be down there in front of all the scouts of all 30 teams trying to show off what they can do. And then after those 2 games, which will be later this week, we'll come back and we'll play our regular season opener against, I believe we're playing, who are we playing in the first one? Birmingham Squadron. And that will be in Mississauga on the 27th of December after Christmas. We'll have the beginning of the regular season. All the record gets wiped clean, and we have a 0-0 record. And then we can start fresh, and hopefully we can have some consistency with the lineup and good things happening down there for 905. But fantastic way to end the tip-off tournament games with a victory, a 1-point victory over the Maine Celtics in their own home arena. And their fans weren't too happy. Talking about the rest of the players, Disu only played the first 7 minutes of the game. He started the game right for them and solid, and then he never came back out. So it's not like he took all this time from Shamshe. He didn't. He just started the game smooth, and then he didn't hardly play at all. And Shamshe played the bulk of stuff later. So 0 for 1 for Disu. He got 4 rebounds right at the beginning of the game, 1 assist, 1 turnover. He was a +3. Tyreek Key started also, but he's been really quiet lately. I don't know why. He had 35 minutes, but he only managed to hit 1 3. He was 1 for 2. He only took 2 shots. He missed his only free throw, which is not very good. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. A +10 for Tyreek Key, starting with starting minutes. Only 3 points. Come on, Key. Step it up, man. Step it up. Kevin O'Banner came in for 3 minutes and didn't do anything. No stats collected. In fact, they were a -9 in the 3 minutes he was out there. Kennedy Chandler was the only other player that played otherwise. 17 minutes for him, 4 of 10 from the field. He missed both his threes. He was 2 assists, 0 turnovers, a -15 with 8 points. So it really was Omoruyi, AJ Lawson, Jamal Shed, and Quincy Guerriere that carried this team as the only 4 guys in double digits. And the rest of the team collectively scored 13 points, y'all. Seriously, that's crazy. 3 Canadians carrying the 905 to 1-point victory over the Maine Celtics. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. Yeah, they haven't announced yet the games that we're playing this week. I have no idea who the competition will be, but all the games take place at the Disney complex in Orlando. So they're not home games. Yeah, let's go. 905. Woo! It was fun. The game started at 1. It was done around 3. And it was entertaining. It was fun. Blake Murphy was in there with us watching once again and answering a lot of questions to the fans in there. Kareem Thomas, you're hilarious, man. Kareem got a dunk while we were watching the game because he said some funny things there. Pretty good. Yeah, good win, Monique. A good win indeed. So happy for Andrew Jones. And I'm happy for Jamal Shed, too, because he got some good feelings from that game yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Monique is bringing up that the 905 have a project. And I noticed this when I was out there on Sunday last week when we went to Westchester Knicks, that there's a big construction site next to the Paramount Fine Food Center. What is that building? Well, you know what it is? They're building another NBA size court right next to the Paramount Fine Food Center. In fact, Courtney Charles was on social media, and Monique posted it yesterday in our chat saying that they want to have a state of the art facility that allows for 2 whole size NBA courts to be there. And it's going to be a practice facility for a 905 so that they can come and practice there, because it's only their court on the main arena floor that is there. There's a hockey rink next door, like it's adjoining to the building. It's so interesting. There's going to be a third building. So there's a hockey rink, Paramount Fine Food Center, and then a third practice facility that they're currently building right now that was in construction zone. I was like, what are they building there? Well, I found out. And they're very excited about it. It'll be open to the Mississauga public when it's not being utilized by Raptors 905 team. So this will be good for helping our team with development and other great stuff by having a more like kind of like the OVO center kind of thing next to the Paramount Fine Food Center. It's great for the city of Mississauga also, which wants more amenities and cool stuff going on around there where they're public. The people of Mississauga can utilize it, like the ice skating rink. There was a little junior hockey game going on with a bunch of kids that were going on the ice and playing hockey next door during the 905 game last Sunday. So very, very interesting sports complex they're building at Paramount Fine Food Center. It's very, very cool. David's saying Tracy McGrady joins the ownership of the Bills. Cool. I covered this like 2 months ago, David. Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady both went to the Bills game almost at the very beginning of the NFL season. And with Altimore, I think it's Freddie Altimore, they're becoming 3 new partial owners of the Bills. This was announced a couple of weeks ago officially, but they were in the works of talking about it for a while. And it was on my radar back then. In fact, before we retired Vince's jersey, I was saying, is Vince trying to get on the good side of Toronto sports fan by being a Bills fan all of a sudden? Because we know how this is the NFL territory for the Bills. And Vince coming around at Bills games and kind of sitting on the sideline and having fun and smiling wearing Bills gear. I was like, well, is he trying to kiss the ass of Raptors and Toronto sports fan general, to be more happy like with him? Well, they are going to be in the ownership group for the Bills now, which is very interesting. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Freddie Altimore. He's a former TFC player. The 3 of them are in there. Yeah, happy for Tracy, not for Vince, David. That's what Monique said. You know what? You're getting a dunk for this, super fan, because she's happy for Tracy McGrady becoming a part owner of the Bills, but not Vince Carter. So you know what, Mo, you're going to get a dunk for this. 5-point dunker for Monique. She's at 245 now. Look at that, Mo. You got a 5-point dunk today. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Trevor's saying Celtics game announcers was saying how fast Lawson and Jamal, especially Lawson. Yeah, they really like Jamal Shed, the Maine Celtics announcers. They kept saying things. He's a defensive wizard. He's doing all this stuff. In fact, they were such glazers of Jamal Shed. I couldn't totally agree with some of the stuff they were saying. I was like, yeah, I don't know. And this is crazy because I don't mind if Celtics announcers are talking up one of our Raptors players, but they were a little bit over with talking about Jamal. I thought they were giving him a little too much credit. Because in some ways, I'm being very nitpicky with Jamal right now because I want Jamal to be the absolute best pro he can be as a Raptor. And in some ways, I see a couple of things he could tighten up, but these guys were gushing about Jamal Shed yesterday in the game. And I love that. It's good that we got respect and recognition from a Celtics broadcast. I guess there's no Scalabrini. But yeah, it was cool. And they did like AJ Lawson too. AJ's such a sweeping kind of player. He's such an athlete. And I'm very, very happy he's in our system. In fact, we could speculate that AJ Lawson may make his Raptors debut tonight, guys. He's going to fulfill a dream at Scotiabank Arena as a kid from Toronto to come down to play for the Raptors. It's a childhood dream, I'm sure it is. And he's going to get some NBA time tonight. I'll bet you money AJ Lawson makes his Raptor debut tonight as our latest two-way. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very, very excited about that. David saying, I have nothing to do with that guy, Vince. I know, but he's the other partner. You just didn't mention him. He's involved in that deal with his cousin Tracy and the Buffalo Bills. So he is involved in that. Cool Cat saying, good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Game day. It seems we might get 2 new bodies for the season. I have some catch up, watch some clips from last week. Well, there is. All right, we'll do this. We'll go to the Instagram stories and we'll try and interpret what Mr. Barnes has done here as far as his foreshadowing. We'll have to see what Scotty's trying to say here. All right, first of all, we got Raptors official. They've got some weird corn dog animated flash game. They want you to play to win. It's like choo choo boom boom or something like that. I don't know what this is going on with this, man. They got so many weird cross promotions for the 30th anniversary of the Raptors at this point. Like, I think everybody's jumping in and saying, "Oh, 30th anniversary Raptors. Well, we'll make some food that has something to do with you too." Everybody's coming out of the woodworks with this. Ruffles chips, pizza's got a mega slice. They got 30th anniversary celebrations with food products all over the place. And well, this is one of them. This weird flash game with corn dogs or something like that. I don't know exactly what's going on. It is game day, 7:30 tonight, y'all. Bulls, baby, on TSN. Y'all check it out. Slim Duck showing himself walking into the entryway. He's, I don't know still what's going on with Slim. We'll have to see what's happening. There have been some deals already. We saw Dennis Schroeder get traded to the Golden State Warriors this weekend. And also Thomas Bryant traded to the Indiana Pacers for a couple of second rounders. So, yeah, there's been some moves already with this trade deadline that passed yesterday. So, yeah, Chris has got funny stuff on his Instagram. Some guy is trying to trespass. He gets caught on the hooks and then it rips his clothes off. I've seen that clip before. It's pretty funny. Now, here's what we're talking about with Scotty. Scotty has posted a picture of Bruce Brown at Media Day in his purple 11 jersey for the Raptors, the purple front black back, and he's got eyes on him. What do those eyes mean, Scotty? You mean we need to put eyes on Bruce because Bruce is about to be out on the court and we can put eyes on him then? And then he's got Emmanuel right after that, and he's got the eyes on him also. And Emmanuel's saying time will tell in his picture there. I'm telling you, these guys are eminently returning, and this is what Cool Cat's talking about. We're getting imminent returns. SGA has got a really fuzzy picture on his Instagram right now. And then he's got a picture of him talking to Ronnie 2K backstage. What are you saying to Ronnie, SGA? Why don't you just slap him? Just pimp slap him real quick. Like, bam. Ronnie, shut up with your stupid ass ratings. Get everybody right. Bam. Come on, man. I didn't realize Ronnie was so tall. Ronnie's such a weird guy. Toronto Tempo is putting on blast the women's 3-on-3 Canadian team for getting the gold at the AmeriCup 2024. Congratulations to the 3-on-3 ladies for Canada. And then the men, they got bronze, y'all. So they got bronze. So they both medaled, which is pretty good. So good job, Canadian senior 3-on-3 teams. Now, Norman appeared on Draymond Green's podcast recently, Norman Powell, and he had a funny story that I posted in the Instagram or the Facebook chat for the Raptor Freaks that is hilarious about Kawhi. Apparently, they talked about what a Kawhi-ism is. Kawhi, we say, I'm a fun guy. All the goofy shit that Kawhi will say, and the way he is, he's just such a weird guy. Well, Norman told a story to Draymond about when he was on the Raptors in the championship year, and they were playing in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bucks. And Nick Nurse came to Kawhi, and he tried to say, we want you to move the ball around a little bit more. Kawhi, could you move the ball around a little bit more? And Kawhi straight up said this to him. And apparently all the players laughed at this moment because they were all right there. It was the middle of a team meeting. And Kawhi said, nah, I ain't going to move the ball around. Nah. He directly defied Nick Nurse in that moment in the middle of the Eastern Conference Finals against Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks in our championship run. And they all started laughing. They all started laughing in that moment because Kawhi was just like ixnaying Nick's request for him to move the ball around more. Nah, I'm not going to move the ball around, is what he said. And Norman said, this is a Kawhi-ism. I love that story because in some ways it's hilarious because it tells you more about Kawhi Leonard and just how powerful and very believing in himself. And then Nick Nurse had a suggestion and it got denied, just like a Shamshay block. I'm telling you, that's hilarious. Y'all check out the clip. Watch Draymond's crazy ass podcast with Norman because it's probably pretty funny, most of the stuff. Norman's looking styling, walking around LA with his sunglasses and his fits. That's right, Norman. Live your best life. Meanwhile, Mo Pete was at the Red Wings game this weekend. Morris Peterson getting ovation from the crowd being shown on the Jumbotron wearing the Red Wings jersey. A good native son to the state of Michigan at Little Caesars Arena, hyping up the Red Wings crowd. So I'd love to see Morris living his best life in a skybox. And even though it's not the Leafs, y'all, I don't have allegiance to the Leafs. He's going to be allegiance to Red Wings. Don't get mad, Maple Leafs fans. That man is from Michigan. He comes from this honestly. That's right. Wubs posting something. He's listening to FTXR Blu-ray, and he's got that picture. There was a little clip of him talking to Bam Adebayo after the Miami game, last game. And they were wondering what he was talking about. And they were basically talking about their shoes, that Jacoby is wearing the same shoes as Bam. And that he was kind of going on about how he wanted to get the shoes because he saw him wearing them. So that was an interesting little exchange between our rookie Walter and the Olympian Bam Adebayo. Very, very interesting. There's Wubs with a fan after the game saying what's up. There's the 905 highlights. Good job, gentlemen. Great starting lineup, Andrew Jones, and great management of the game. The Maine Celtics were winning after the first quarter, 22-37. They were up by 15 after the first. Then at halftime, we were up by 1, which was amazing. I love the comeback in the second quarter. In fact, J.D. Davison said after the game to the Maine Celtics broadcasters that the Raptors 905 won the game in the second quarter when they came back and outscored them. I think we outscored them by like 20 in that quarter and came back and took the lead, so which is fantastic. And then in the third quarter, the final score was 94-86. The Raptors up by 8, and we held them off and won by 1 at the end of the game. Knowing how the Raptors 905 have coughed up close games this season, this is a big deal that they held off the Celtics and won by 1 yesterday. I'm telling you right now. Jamison Battle's got some family on blast with a dog. I don't even know. It's a couple, a nice couple. I don't know who these people are, with a golden retriever on a leash. I don't know what that is about. And then Jamal McGlure is asking you, what do you call Scarborough Town Center, people? Vote below. What do you call Scarborough Town Center? Scarbs Town Center. There's your Instagram stories. Scotty is saying he's got eyes on Emmanuel and Bruce, and they may be returning. There you go. There you go. Kaz is here. Trucker Kaz. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, sir. 10-4, good buddy. Drive safe this morning on a Monday in mid-December, I guess. It's not late December yet. Big up to Blackhawk. Big up, Raptor Freaks. Good morning, Neil. Good to see you, my guy. No apologies necessary, Lex. Things go wrong at times. That's life. Yeah, the mic thing is annoying. You know, I'm not exactly truly professional, but I'd like to continue to get better and better as I develop as a YouTube personality for the Raptors. As far as things, I don't want crickly in your ears. And it was upsetting to me because I saw that y'all were like, oh, no, I can't listen to him anymore because it's annoying, obnoxious, the audio for his stream. And I'm like, yeah, I can't have that. I got to tighten up and play better. And that's you know what? I'm going to criticize the Raptors for how they play. I better criticize myself to get better myself. And I appreciate that, Blackhawk. Apologies are necessary because I should have a certain standard. How about that? How about that? That's right, guys. Yeah, I don't have a lot of standards, but I do have some. All right, let's keep going in the chat. Tristan's here. What's up, Tristan Phipps? Great Raptor freak, Tristan. Always good to see him back in the chat. He's saying Lawson looks good. He does look good. He's just a really, really talented guy. And I'm really happy the fit comes here. I mean, it makes sense. He played against us on the 22nd of November, and he dropped a 37-point game on us. In some ways, that's trying out for the Raptors right there. And in some ways, it's like we rewarded him for killing us in a 905 in our home opener, like in November 22nd. And well, now all of a sudden he's a two-way for us. And that's fantastic. I love how that works, actually. In some ways, when guys come to our city and play against our 905, they're trying out for our team too, because they could get picked up, just like what happened. Yeah, Kaz is saying Lawson and Eugene were bullseyes. Yeah, they were awesome. They were a nice little tandem. They're very different players, and they seem to work very well off each other. I just want more connectivity and good energy generated between 905 players right now. And Jamal Shed, you're the key to this, man. Key is too. He's a key to it too, but that's just a joke. But yeah, Shed is definitely a key to connecting everybody on 905 and getting them more organized. In some ways, you're in charge down there, Jamal. So tell these guys how they're going to play. Tell them where to go. Direct them. And get them set up for success and give the ball to them and set them up. You did a really good job as the game went on, balancing, calling your own number, and getting other people passes and getting assists. There was a point where you hit a three, and I was like, that's in the game. Like, that's finding your offense through the game and not forcing your offense. because that was the problem early, Jamal. You were forcing your offense, trying to go at two defenders near the basket, and you were not successful. But when you would just play and the opportunities come up where you're not being guarded, take the shot then. That's when you go, man. That's when you call your number. So, yeah, good recognition on that as the game went on, Jamal Shed. Good recognition. Big kudos to you, man. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy game day. Good morning to you, MJ. Holding it down for us in Ottawa. Blackhawks saying we need big attendance at 905 to support these guys. Yeah, I think we do pretty good. People were talking about how Maine had a really good attendance yesterday. I mean, it's a Sunday afternoon, and there's a lot of people that are not busy. And also, you got to figure how much cool things sport-wise are there to do in Portland, Maine? I mean, seriously, it could very well be that the Maine Celtics are the best professional sports franchise that are in that city. I don't know what's going on with the MLB. I don't know what's going on with other sports as far as farm teams around Portland, Maine, but the Maine Celtics may be the hottest ticket in town. And that's, why they were sold out. And there's so many people in there, even though it's a little high school gym. Yeah, it was a pretty good crowd there. But you know what? We still have the best attendance in the G League overall in Toronto and Mississauga. So we get people come to those games. And Neil, you were one of them last Sunday. That's right. We're going to go again on January the 19th, guys. It'll be Valley Suns, the G League team for the Phoenix Suns, the very new team. They just started this year. And we're going to go and see them when the first time they come. So it's a Raptor Freak hangout on January the 19th. It's a Sunday, 2 p.m. We'll be going to that game. And I'm going to try and go courtside, y'all. I want to sit up front. We check the tickets, and they're only about $100. I don't care. Some people say, you're going to pay $100 to go to Raptors 905 game? I'm like, dude, I want to sit up on the court and listen to what they're saying on the court and see how it is up close. And maybe I'll even say some stuff to them. The Raptor Freaks sitting at courtside, I might say some stuff. And who knows? Maybe we get some daps. Who knows? Maybe we get a little skip lead from somebody coming by. Or I don't know. We'll have to see. That's why it'll be fun. You just imagine real ones sitting at courtside like us. It could be very crazy. It could be very interesting. We may hear Shamshay cussing. Cussing in Cameroonian. That's right. Tickets are cheap. Let's go. Let's go. January the 19th, y'all. Seymour saying, I'd rather watch the Surge or Shooting Stars over 905. Sorry. Well, it's partly because you're a Scarberian, my guy. You're not a Mississaugian. You're a Scarberian historically, Seymour, who is now out in Calgary, by the way. Yeah, I get it. I mean, CBL, okay. You want to go see Drake? Is that why? Listen, 905 is a great experience, and don't diss it for the other. I mean, I haven't been to see a CBL game, but I think it's probably pretty fun and good. But don't get it twisted. You want to go watch Prince Shamshay, Seymour Pape? You got to go to Mississauga, my guy. You can't see him at a Shooting Stars game. You could see maybe, what's his name, that rapper guy that used to play for them a couple years ago, J. Cole. But you ain't going to see no Ulrich Shamshay, and that's who I want to see up close at a 905 game right there because he's the future. And you want to go see him on his rookie year up close. And then down the road, when he's a huge superstar in the league, you can say, I went and saw him in Mississauga when he was in G League. That's what I'm saying right there, my guy. Yeah, Fusey's saying, have a good appointment, Monique, and hope the wheelchair is to your liking. Oh, this is the creme de la creme. This is a Rolls Royce of wheelchairs that she's getting. Woo! It's so good. It has a little thing that'll raise her up so she can be more at eye level with everybody. As far as it's like kind of what the painters use to paint on the walls, the little platforms that can come up. Well, in some ways, her chair has got that kind of technology in it. Very, very cool chair. I've seen the specs on it and pictures of it. It's very nice, Fiercey. And it's got a lot of tie-ins to the Raptors with its colors. So it's a perfect thing for a super fan for the Raptors like Monique Lawrence. I'm telling you right now, it's perfect. Yeah. David's saying at Seymour, I couldn't agree more. All right. Well, I guess, David, you don't want to come with me. You were being nice when you said you had to go to the dentist last weekend. All right, David. You almost seemed like you were kind of interested when I was pitching the idea of going to 905. But I guess we have snobs here. Snobs over the 905. Oh, well, all right. I guess I won't ask you to come to Valley Suns and sit courtside with me, David. Seeing as we'll be sitting courtside, you'll be able to see everything very easily. That's up to you, my guy. But seriously, there's no reason to piss all over the 905 in the G League like this, guys. Seriously. Nail's saying, nah, bro, I'd be shooting behind the Raptors bench. Shamshay. That's right. Because Neil sat very close to courtside last week when he was down there. He didn't sit with us. Him and his daughter were sitting like 2 rows from the court, right near mid court, right near like the scorer's table. So yeah, Neil was down there right up close. I'm gonna get down there next time like that. That's right. Neil saying ditto, Fiercey. Best day to you, Mo. That's right. She's going to check it out. I don't know if she's exactly getting it today. That's right. Kaz is saying to each their own. If you don't want to watch 905, it doesn't affect me. Yeah, it's fine. These guys are gonna be snobs. It's fine. They don't have to be snobs, but they're being snobs, and that's fine. They can be snobs. It's fine. All right, let's see. Where am I with this? Let's see. Kaz is saying, oh, yep. Fiercey saying, Bulls seem to be a better team now, sadly, without DeMar. We will need to watch turnovers and play together. Last couple of games, I noticed lots of ISO plays and the ball not moving as much. You know, I hate to say things like this because it does seem like the Bulls are playing a little bit better without DeMar on the team, but that's not necessarily what's happened, and why this is happening this way is probably more that Lonzo Ball has showed up finally again, and also that Josh Giddey's on this team this year. So there's been a couple of personnel changes with switching people in and out, and they were waiting for Ball for so long, and Ball is a certain kind of player. And there are also strides that have been made by players like Kobe White and even Zach LaVine on the down low that is making them a little bit better this year also. So, the Bulls are in a weird place. If they don't get better after changes this summer, well, what are they doing? Just dog paddling in water, going nowhere, treading. And, their franchise is a weird franchise right now. Trust me. I think we have a good shot to beat them tonight. I agree with you as far as we don't need to be trying to just do ISO. We need to move the ball around. In fact, we were questioning yesterday while we're watching the 905, are they even using Darko's system? Because it doesn't ever look like they pass the ball around the top or look like, have more than like 1 or 2 passes every possession. There were times yesterday in the third quarter where they looked like they were actually running Darko's system, a 905 with Andrew Jones. So I was very happy to see that, because they are supposed to be learning Darko's system there, because that is the system that prepares them for the system in the NBA that they're going to play. If they're not learning Darko's system at the 905 level, well, what are we doing? Wasting our time. Seriously, that's what I'm wondering right there. Yeah. Yes. Stargate saying, like yourself, Lex, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Eugene. From the first home game I went to live, I noticed a difference with him. Very hard worker, always gives effort. Yeah, he's just a badass. Like, he's always working hard. He does do dirty stuff sometimes. Like, he was grabbing people and kind of pushing people, and they were wanting fouls, but he'd get away with it. There's a lot of stuff he does very, very well. That's why I think that he has usefulness in the NBA level. The only thing I would say about Eugene is he's undersized for a forward. He's a little bit short, but at the G League, he can dominate with his strength and his tenacity and getting after it. But in the NBA, he may not be so standing out because the talent is that much bigger and better and faster. So I don't know. I mean, he's had a lot of time on two ways for the Wizards and other teams in the past, and he has got NBA experience. We'll have to see. Like, if this season gets better and gets out of the mud, he probably won't get a chance to come up. But if it is anything like last year and there's continual problems with injuries and needing more bodies all the time, I could see his number getting called up, 97. To join the Raptors at some point, somehow, some way. I could see that if things go south, but I'm hoping everything starts going right and everybody's healthy and accounted for, and we don't need reinforcements. But it's good to have him down there somewhere. Now, it could very well be also because he's not on a two-way and he's open to be snatched up by anybody, that somebody could come and get him for another team. That's the other risk with Eugene, but so be it. In some ways, they would have done that already, probably. So, yeah, let's keep going. David saying they interviewed him on CNBC this morning. I watched that. I haven't been in the stream consistently as of late. Oh, you're talking about Tracy with the Buffalo Bills thing? Yeah, this has been known since like September that they were about to buy part of ownership. They were talking about it in deals and stuff like that. To me, it's not that interesting. I mean, it's kind of interesting because of the Vince stuff and the celebrating of him. I love Tracy. Tracy's fine. I like the Tracy McGrady, Grady, Gillette commercials. And Tracy's always been kind of okay with Raptors Nation, even though it didn't seem like it at first. He's okay with it now. Yeah, this is old news. It's all good, man. It's all good. You got to watch every day, so you're up to current on the very, very most current news, because we're right on it. That's right. Fiercely saying, Scotty telling us to stay tuned with the eyes on the stories. I love it. Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. You better not be teasing us, Scott. In some ways, I just want to see them come out. You gonna tell us they're coming soon? Well, they told us that about Bruce 3 weeks ago, and he still ain't coming back yet. Like they told us he'd be back for the first Miami game. We played Miami 3 times since they told us he'd come back. So it's like, don't toy with my emotions, Scotty Barnes. If you're putting eyes on Emmanuel Quickly and Bruce Brown that they're returning, you better be coming through right. And seriously, why don't you put a post up with your picture on it and put eyes on that? And also, how about that? No, seriously, the prognosis for Scott is really good right now. Practice yesterday was fantastic. In fact, Scotty was moving around so well. The press were asking Darko, is Scotty okay? And he's like, yeah. And Darko's really exuberant. He's like, he's doing great. He's like, he's not wearing the walking boot. And like I said, there's no pain in his foot at all. So this dude, I'm telling you, he's not going to miss hardly any games. It's just very lucky that this ankle problem that happened with Cat last Monday happened on a week where there's been only one game this week. So he may only miss that one game and then maybe today, and that's it. He'll miss 2 games, and that means he still has 4 games he can miss and still stay eligible for postseason awards. So yeah, dodge the bullet. Everything with Scott is good, and I was telling fans on social media, don't get all upset about Scotty. He's going to be back sooner than you think. And everybody gets all chicken little about, oh, woe is us. Scotty's hurt again. He's out. Oh, no, our season. Y'all need to start watching this and thinking about it with educated mind about what the injury is and what it entails and how quickly you can come back. And usually with an ankle thing like this, if it's not too bad, he doesn't have to be out that long. So there you go. I expect him to be back for Brooklyn. All 3 of them will return, and we'll have full strength against the Nets on Thursday. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be awesome. Seymour saying, Lex, I know you hate this question, but I got to ask, laugh out loud, what is the best fit for Jimmy Butler? And Rachel Nichols is not the answer. The best fit for Jimmy Butler is where he is right now. It's okay. You guys can do the trade speculation questions, but Jimmy Butler was like he was born a Miami Heat player, and him being on the Heat is where he should be. I don't care. People are going to be speculating, oh, we want him on the Warriors. We want him on the Houston Rockets. You can want him all over the place, but the best place for Jimmy Butler in the NBA is in Miami, where he already is. That's my answer right there. Because honestly, he's like Heat culture himself. He embodies it. And Spoelstra, it loses Jimmy Butler. Well, he's losing some Heat culture. And Heat culture starts getting worse and worse. I'm telling you, don't make the same mistake the Sixers made. Seriously. And maybe Miami's waving the white flag and saying this season is not a season where we're going to try and compete. That doesn't seem right. Because honestly, they were competing pretty tough. And they do have some promise with Bam and Tyler and Jaime and all them. So I don't see why like the Miami Heat would be selling Jimmy Butler right now unless there's some sort of reason why that I don't know about. But yeah, the best team he fits on is the team he's already on. Honestly, Stargate saying now AJ is definitely like a Jamal Crawford type. You know what? He's too big to be like a Jamal Crawford. In some ways, he reminds me more of, you know what? I'm going to go old school with a guy who left the league in shame because of his addiction problems and say Richard Dumas. Whoa, Lex just pulled a rabbit out of his hat. Some people are like, Richard Dumas? Who is that? Go back and find out about a Phoenix Sun that was a long, lanky man that could score all kinds of ways. I'm telling you, that's the body type he reminds me of. Richard Dumas was a very, very talented player that threw his career away because of his drug and alcohol problems. And he was banned from the league eventually because he just could not stay sober. But that dude was a sweeping, long-armed wing, just like A.J. Lawson. And in some ways, who AJ Lawson also kind of reminds me of, and y'all may laugh. There's some things about him that remind me of Dr. J. I know some people are like, what? Dr. J? Yeah. I'm telling you, he's just one of these sweeping wings. George Gervin, Julius Ervin kind of sweeping, scoring wings is the kind of thing that he does right now. Yeah. All right. Trevor wants the classic card. He has commissioned it, so he can command me to do it. Let's see what's going on with this classic card today. Let me get a good one today. Yeah, this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. This one's good. Why not? We'll do this one. Let's see who gets the classic card today. All right, first person to write the full name answer of the classic card will get the classic card points. All right, here we go. Who is this, guys? It's a little tougher in some ways. We'll see if anybody knows their classic Hawks. This is a Hawk player, and it is classic. It's not more current. You can see the year frame down at the bottom, 92, 93. Hawks. Don't go research this. Don't be Googling. Just know it from the look of the player, and maybe you'll remember who it is. This guy was a very well-known college player. I'll say that. Yeah, Smooth knows it. It's Ramil Robinson. That's right. Ramil Robinson is a classic card of the day. And this is in his early career, his second year. Yeah, he was a backup point guard for the Hawks for a while there. And yeah, he went on to a couple other teams also after his Hawks career. So yeah, it is Ramil Robinson. You're not saying I think because you got it, my guy. You are exactly right. David, do you want to write it in or I'll put it in real quick? If you want, let me see. Ramil Robinson. And it's going to be our guy Smooth getting in there and getting this one. This one, I'll give you 150 because it is classic and it's not a totally known one. There's a little bit of skill in knowing that one. So good job. Smooth Brown Man, our classic card, top dog, honestly. This guy's winning the Raptor Freak trivia right now. Keep going, Reggie. You're kicking so much butt. Keep going, man. Keep on going. All right, let's see. Where was Trevor telling me to do the classic card? At 9 something, 9 a.m. Na, 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 na. No, 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 no. Oh, wait, I missed it. Oh, there it is. Stargate saying with Mo Pete, though, the crowd reaction is more for his outspoken stance in that Flint water situation. He's been in the public eye in that state for that, and they love him for it. That's interesting. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You know, of course, people from Flint really care about this issue with the water there that's been ongoing for so freaking long. Michael Moore, the filmmaker, is also from Flint, Michigan, has done very, very extensive documentary coverage of the issues in Flint. And, well, Morris Peterson's taken up the cause too. So you think that they're only cheering him for that? I don't know. They may be cheering him for being a great Michigan native, a Michigan State Spartan, and just being a local and also repping that Red Wings on his jersey. That'll get a Red Wings crowd lived up. But you may be right. There may be some people there. They're also cheering him for his outspokenness on the Flint water issue crisis. Fantastic stuff, Stargate. I love it. He's saying, I saw Lawson live as well at the first 905 game I went to. I was impressed then. So, see, Stargate went to the home opener for the 905 in Mississauga and saw AJ Lawson when he was on the Long Island Nets kill us. In fact, it was, like I said before, it was just like when Dylan Brooks came with the Memphis Grizzlies a couple years ago to Scotiabank and absolutely dominated us and ran up and down the court saying, this is my house. This is my house because I'm from Mississauga. And this house is my house now. And in some ways, he was right. It was his house. Well, the Paramount Fine Food Center on November the 22nd of this year was AJ Lawson's house. And he made it his house so much that, you know what, we decided to put him on our team. Yeah, that would have been a good game to go to, Stargate. And I hope you'll come and join us on the 19th next month when we go again. That'd be awesome to see you, man. Wayne saying, good morning, Raptor Freaks. Good morning to you, Wayne Strainer. Always good to see the sergeant at arms. Stargate saying 905 is a very good deal for the price. If you have kids, it's a great experience. No, I think it's fantastic. It's a very intimate arena. I'm glad I finally went to my first G League game ever last Sunday. I've only gone to one game. I got that little certificate saying my first 905 game. And it is awesome. It's like very intimate. It's a very nice little setting. And if you're a loudmouth like me, everybody will hear you. Everybody will hear you in there if you're in there. Kaz is saying, I wish I lived closer to Toronto. I would come to the game on the 19th. Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, you know, listen, we say this all the time because we've had Raptor Freaks come from out of town. If you make the effort to come to Toronto for something like a game or even just a visit, we will make a Raptor Freak hangout event that is conducive for you to come and meet some of us. That's the thing. If MJ comes from Ottawa, Isaac came from Ottawa, Tom came from Vancouver, and we made events around them, whether it was going to games or just hanging out. So, Kaz, if you do want to come to Toronto at any point to go to a game, we will make it an event, and we will come and go with you and hang out with you, man. That's what we do. Seymour saying, I'm old school. Scarborough Town Center is always known as STC. There you go. There's the answer for Jamal McGlure. Wondering what you call the Scarborough Town Center, STC. I like that. I like that. Stargate saying, in reference to Eugene Omoruyi, I kind of like that dirty play in some ways. Kelly is a little dirty at times as well. Well, you know, we don't have straight up enforcer on our team. We're going to need a little spicy kind of like toughness, a little bit of like physicality. And in some ways, that's what it is. I mean, the other thing with Omoruyi was In the first game against Westchester Knicks last week, he got into it with one of the Knicks like he wanted to fight them. Like he was pointing a finger and coming at him. And even when the game ended, they're doing the dap line and Westchester beat our ass. Eugene was like, we're going out the parking lot now to this guy. And they were literally about to fight in the middle of the dap line at the end of the game. And the coaches had to come and separate them and make Eugene leave the court. Like he was the first guy who had to leave the court, and they escorted him out because he was about to fight one of the Knicks. And I thought that may carry over to the Sunday game that we went to. But alas, he was on his best behavior, and there was no kind of extra fracas. But yeah, the dude was ready to throw down, and he was doing some Oakley kind of moves there where he's just like, yeah, you want to come? You want to come? And I like that. I like that too. I really do. I really do. Seymour saying, I did say sorry. It's all good. Y'all, we don't need to poo-poo on, a league that gets poo-pooed on so much already. I know the quality of play can be very bad at times, but they're pros still. And to get to the level of G League is really hard. It's harder to get the NBA, no doubt. But the G League is really hard to get into too, y'all. And there's only a certain handful of people that get to play in the G League every year. And there's very good players that aren't even in the G League. So we have to have a certain level of respect on this. A lot of people like Blake Murphy would say, you all need to be nicer to the G League guys because they're in a really tough spot. They're so close to their dream, but they're so far away in some ways also. And it's a tough thing to become like a G League regular that plays in the G League for like 7 years and you never ever get up there. That's tough because first of all, the pay's not that good. The travel's weird. The crowds are weird. The team is always in flux and weird around you and never like it's a very difficult league in some ways. So I want to respect the professionals that play in the G League, even if they don't always play so professional. Blackhawk saying Lou Dort is short and surviving. If Eugene is great at defense, then there's a place for him. Yeah, but Lou's so quick. He's such a fast guy, and he's a great combination of strength with his small size. His player builds are different in different ways. Dort's also a pretty good three-point shooter too, to a degree. So, Eugene the problem is he's a forward. You can be short and be a guard, but if you're a forward, it's a little bit tougher because what happens is, and this happened to RJ recently, is you get a matchup with somebody like PJ Washington when we played the Mavericks, and then he's got like a few inches on him and he could just shoot over him. So even if Eugene is physical but at his height, there may be guys that are 7 foot he's playing against, and there's a real height advantage for the other team. So in some ways, this is how it all gets sorted out. One of the biggest things that keeps guys out of the league and keeps them in the G League is their height. I'm telling you right now, height is an important part of the NBA. And if you're not tall enough, it just makes sense. It's basketball. J.D. Davidson, the great Maine Celtic, who's been playing for them for a few years now, he may never make the big league because of his height, is what I'm saying right now. So JFL is another guy from last year. He's a fantastic scorer in all kinds of ways, but his height is not good for him in this league. And he did not make this league, and he had to go overseas. So it's tough. It's a tough league to make. And in some ways, you got to have the right height to be at the right place in the league. And Eugene's a real borderline kind of person with this. His strength and his size with physicality is good. But in some ways, you know what he is? He's like a Chuck Hayes. Chuck Hayes used to play center. And he's like 6'7", but he was just a load and a lot of strength. That player may not exist in this league anymore because the way the league is gone at this point. So it's just tough. It's just tough. Antoine Carr was an interesting guess. It is a guard, but yeah, he kind of Antoine Carr, maybe Antoine had been in the league for a while, and he's a much bigger guy. Yeah. Wayne's saying, how old is Smooth Brown, man? I'm going to guess that he's probably right around my age. That, he's hitting on all the knowledge that I kind of know. So I'm going to guess he's somewhere in his 40s. Probably somewhere in there, something like that. He doesn't have to tell us. Seymour saying, damn, I must have just missed the classic card. Yeah, you must have. You got to put down the forklift, Seymour, because Ramil Robinson was the classic card today. That's right. Seymour saying Chicago Bulls going to be tough because they're playing very good. They won their last game, but they lost their 2 games before that, and then they won 2 games before that. So they're technically 3 out of 5 in their last 5. I don't know. I think that we're going to find out they're imposters tonight. This is what I'm going to find out. I think that in some ways, some of the reason why their record's good is because they've had an easier schedule than us. And that, a team like us that's working really hard and not getting a whole lot of acclaim or good stuff happening with close losses and just really busting our ass, we're going to come at them. And with rest, I think we're going to kick their ass tonight, Trevor. I really do. I really do think that we're going to kick their ass tonight. We're going to be at home. And in some ways, this team doesn't scare me like some of the teams that are around the NBA right now. So, yeah. So I was right. He's right around in his late 40s. So he's just like me. I'll be 50 next year. So, yeah, he's right around the same age as me. Let's see. Trevor's saying to the point, just dropped something about Masai video. I saw that just before I came on, Brian. And to the point, putting out something about Masai Ujiri. I don't know what it is. I didn't watch it, so I can't comment on it. But I'm wondering what Brian's talking about when it pertains to Masai Ujiri. Maybe he'll come in and tell us a little bit. Maybe he'll be here at some point. We'll have to see what Brian is saying. Our guy. That's right. Let's see. All right. Seymour saying, laugh out loud. Put down the forklift. I wouldn't have got that classic card today. I don't know him. Yeah, Ramil Robinson was in the same draft as Derek Coleman, Gary Payton, and Lionel Simmons. And he was a point guard, a backup point guard. He played for Michigan. He was a Michigan Wolverine, guys. That's right. He had more notoriety for his collegiate career than his NBA career. He was a very good player for Michigan when he was in college. Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, very, very, very good. Very good. Stargate saying, remember Antoine Carr laughing at the bench in that Larry Bird game? Antoine Carr was the big cat, right? He was one of the big dog. They called him Big Dog. And I remember his years when he was on the Jazz with Karl Malone and he had his head shaved and he was wearing like glasses. He was just a big goon. And he was in those finals games against Jordan and the Bulls on the Jazz at that time. Of course, his early career was on the Hawks with Cliff Levingston and Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Willis and Spud Webb and them. That's why that's a good guess, is because he was on the Hawks at this time when Ramil was on this team. So that would make sense to guess Antoine Carr. It's just that this guy's like 6 foot and Antoine's almost like 7 foot. But yeah, Carr was a load and he was a good rebounder and a very physical kind of Oakley presence in the league. Yeah, he was. He was cool, man. Yeah, I don't know what the truth about Masai is that Brian is putting out there. I have no idea what Brian's content is this morning. It dropped literally like maybe a couple hours ago. So it's something very new. Of course, his producer was here yesterday. He could have given us a tip. I don't know. Are you here today, Arturus? Maybe you could tell us what you've edited together for Brian. Just a sec, a synopsis, a little synopsis. Y'all go watch it. It's obvious that it wants you to clickbait on it so you can see what he's talking about. So y'all support To the Point and click on his new Masai piece. We'll have to see what he's saying. Cool Cat saying, yes, Lex, height is very important in the NBA. A team can only have one short player under 6'2". Most of the point guard position are 6'5" now. Fred is very lucky at his height. That's why it's so amazing, Fred's story, because he went against the odds in all kinds of different ways. You know, guys get told they're short, too short all the time, Marquise Noel, and they just want to overcome it. They get that chip on their shoulder, the Napoleon complex. And in some ways, you know, some of those guys are successful like Fred, but very few of them. Muggsy Bogues, a trailblazer way back for short guys in the league. And it really is, you have to be absolutely fundamentally perfect, and you have to be a pretty good shooter even for being such a small person on the court. It's tough. It's tough. It's very, very tough. Blackhawk saying Kawhi is a funny guy. Masai is a genuine guy. Yeah. Kawhi is hilarious. On the down low, he has some funny little quips and lines that he does that we don't know about. He's very private. I think that maybe what personifies Kawhi really, really well is that one Drake video that he appeared in a couple of years ago, where it's just all of a sudden he's like standing around with a Future and I think it's Future and Drake. And Kawhi's in the video and he's like looking at his hands and he's like all confused. It's really awkward. That says a lot about Kawhi and his personality. Now it's sad right now. It sounds like Kawhi has been crying and very sad because he doesn't seem like he's going to get his NBA career back. And Tyronn Lue said recently in an interview that Kawhi's opened up to him that he's very upset that he has not been able to contribute to the Clippers and helping them do what they need to do. And he feels bad about taking Steve Ballmer's money. and sitting around and never ever playing to help his teammates. And so Kawhi's at this moment where he's just like he feels really guilty and he feels sad that he hasn't been available to play. That's what Tyronn Lue said, that the dude's been crying about it. That's what he said. It's sad. It is sad. I don't like that. Seymour saying he looks like Earl Boykins. There's another really short guy you're talking about. Yeah, this guy's probably like 5'10". I don't think that Ramil was that tall. It says that he is 5'7", y'all. He's not 6'7". I know that's not true. He's 5'7". So this guy was a really short player. This was like Marquise Noel height guy. I'm pretty sure that doesn't say 6'7". He's 5'7". Why is that so fuzzy? Why can't I see his height very well? That's crazy. All right, let's see. What's next? Seymour saying we need to see a healthy version of what this team can do before we make a trade. Yes, I don't want to make any trades unless it's Bruce Brown or Chris Boucher. Those are the only two guys I'll trade right now. Smooth saying Ramil Robinson did jail time, I think. Whoa. All right. You know what? Let's go look up Ramil a little bit and talk about him today on he was 6'2". That was actually 6'2", not 5'7". He's from Jamaica, guys. He is a convicted felon, is what it says here. He's a former basketball player and convicted felon. Okay, after his playing career was over, he moved to Miami and attempted to become a property developer in his native Jamaica. He planned to build a 25,000-acre resort in his hometown called Harmony Cove. As part of his bid to attract investors, he persuaded his adoptive mother to take out a second mortgage on her house and lend it to Robinson as seed money. He promised to cover all the payments and promised to give her $500,000 once the project was finished. However, his high living in the 90s had all but destroyed his credit, and he was unable to find a bank willing to lend him the money. So he did a bribe to somebody, and then he got in trouble, and he got a whole bunch of loans, and he never paid the bank back a single penny. And then he got uncovered as fraud. And he went to prison for that. Ooh, man, this is messy stuff. This is a big part of his Wikipedia page. Ramil Robinson served his sentence at various federal prisons in South Carolina, Louisiana, and Florida. He was released on September 19th, 2016. So he spent 4 years in prison. 5 years supervised release after that. Yikes. Wow. Real estate scams in Jamaica is what happened to him. Wow. Crazy. Whoa. Crazy. Let's see. Yeah, for defrauding his mother. There you go. You said it right there. Crazy. Wayne saying, I'm 64 watching basketball from the middle 80s, although not many diverse teams viewing from the Caribbean. I've never heard of most of these players. Big up to Smooth. Nothing but respect. There you go. Wayne has been watching too, but he's still not getting these cards. You know, some people are just good at like face recognition, like Kevin Scott, NBA referee. His hidden talent is facial recognition. And sometimes you can be having really good facial recognition. And if you look real close, you can maybe see, oh, that's Ramil Robinson. There you go. That's right. Seymour saying, I just turned 42, December 7th, getting up there. Yeah, I think I put your birthday on the birthday list. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I did. Let me see. 7th, does it have his name on there? Yeah, Seymour's on there now. Speaking of birthdays, let's talk about a birthday today is Joey Dorsey. And they're like, who the hell is Joey Dorsey? Well, he's a former Raptor who played for the Raptors, 6'8", out of Maryland. He was from Baltimore. And he ended up playing for the Raptors for 43 games in 2010, 2011. He started 9 games for the Raptors, guys. And he ended up scoring over his entire career with the Raptors. That's per game. I don't want per game. I want totals. He scored 135 points in a Raptors jersey. There you go. So Joey Dorsey, happy birthday, my guy. You are today, as of today, 41. 41 years old today. Former Raptor Joey Dorsey is the birthday today. There you go. Stargate saying JJ Barea, Muggsy, Michael Adams, Earl Boykins, Spud Webb. Yeah, those are those short guys. Fred VanVleet. You could even put Isaiah Thomas in there. Both Isaiah Thomases. Let's see. Who else was very, very short that was in this league that people don't remember sometimes? There was a guy who used to play called Greg Grant. who played for the Suns and the Sixers. And he was like 5'7" too. He was very, very short too. Yeah, Smooth saying these guys I know because all I did was basketball a long time ago. So he was just a huge basketball fan. In some ways, that's the same as me, Smooth. I used to get like the Beckett's at the beginning of the year, or like Basketball Digest and different kinds of magazines that were, I like to get the annuals with all the teams and all the stats and really crunch the stats. And at that point in time, when I was a kid, I knew all the NBA players. It didn't matter if they never played or anything like that. I was keeping track of all of it. And that's kind of how I knew a lot of these guys. If I was on the other side and wasn't the one doing the classic cards, I might be getting them like Smooth is, y'all. Just so y'all know, I have some Ahmad Rashad in me. That's right. That didn't sound right. Phrasing. Come on, Lex. What are you saying? All right, let's see. Blackhawks saying if Raptors make a trade, then they had it planned out from the get-go. Yeah, maybe. And that may be Bruce Brown. That may be Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown comes back, plays against Brooklyn on Thursday, and gets traded on Friday. If that shit happens this week, y'all are gonna be like, Lex is Nostradamus. What the fuck is this shit? He said Bruce Brown coming back to make one game debut for the Raptors and then immediately trade the day after to the Nets. That could happen. I mean, who knows? It could be weird, man. It could be weird, man. Smooth saying that Ramil Robinson's not a good guy. Yeah, I probably, that's right. I mean, if you're gonna scam your own mother, that's pretty bad. That's really bad. Seymour saying a lot of scammers in Jamaica. Not surprised. Patrick Ewing is Jamaican descent. That's right. There are quite a few players that have Jamaican ties. Scotty Barnes has Jamaican ties in his family. That's right. Seymour saying undersized big man Dorsey. Happy birthday. Yeah, Joey Dorsey. Happy birthday to Joey Dorsey. You remember him. That's good. I like that somebody remembers Joey. And Seymour does. And Kaz is saying, I appreciate that, Lex. Always nice to hear you guys trying your best to include everyone. You and the Raptor Freak crew are real ones. There you go. I appreciate that, man. We try. To a certain extent, we try. As long as things are healthy and not toxic, we try. But yeah, we're going to have to, get something together if you do make the trip. I don't remember exactly where you are, Kaz. You're kind of north of us, right? You're a little bit north and west of us somewhere. But yeah, I'd like to see you come to town and meet you in person. That'd be awesome. Stargate saying Abdul Rauf was short as well. What a player. Chris Jackson. Yeah, formerly of LSU, became Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. And he was awesome, man. He was one of the best scorers in college. And then when he got the NBA, his career in the Nuggets was absolutely fantastic. In fact, he was one of the better scoring little guys ever in the history of the league. I'm glad you brought him up and made sure that he was talked about. Roy Hibbert is also Jamaican. That's right. Kaz saying he's in Ottawa, like fiercely. Okay. Well, we got to get the Ottawa contingency to come on down and say hi again. Isaac Campbell, return, please, sir. Trevor saying, today I have a special appointment to do a celebrity hair, but I cannot say the name. It's in my contract. What the? Wow. This is cool. Wow. Trevor J is, he's a platform artist, a hairstylist, somebody who does a lot of crazy good work. This is why Trevor J has that jet style and high profile in life that he has, because he hobnobs and rubs elbows with big wigs. And well, he's got to do some celebrity's hair today. He cannot tell us who it is. oh, this is spicy. He has an NDA. He has an NDA. You can't, a non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, I want to, you know what? I'm going to give you a dunk for this, Trevor, even though this is kind of a humble brag. I'm just on the preface. You know what? It could be really weird. Who do you guys think the celebrity is that Trevor J is going to be doing a haircut to today? Let's just make guesses. And we're not trying to be insulting, Trevor. We're just trying to see, like, who do we visualize? I think it's somebody like, maybe it's like Cameron Diaz or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody cool, like somebody crazy like that. That's right. Hot or cold. No, we can't do that. We can't let Trevor get his non-disclosure agreement messed up because of that. Yeah, he's like, we can't get him in trouble and get him to lose this account. Come on now. Yeah. Blackhawk saying there's a lot of scammers anywhere. There's someone trying to live above their means. The scamming is awful. I don't answer my phone anymore. Like, if there's a phone number calling me and I don't know the number, like if the name's not showing up, I don't answer it, because all it is recorded messages and weird ass shit. Your credit is in trouble. Call this number right now. You have compromised your bank account. There's all kinds of fear-mongering, crazy-ass calls. And if you're like an older person that can get confused, they can really scam the hell out of you like that. So it's like in some ways it was email. You get junk email, but you get junk phone calls now. It's not just duct cleaning at this point. It's some crazy shit. They really try and make you say your credit report is under fire. You're in trouble. You're like, you're gonna lose your bank account if you're like bank at this bank, but you don't even have a bank account at that bank. And you're like, okay, I'm in trouble with my bank at this bank account. I don't have that bank. Why are y'all calling me? The other thing that's problem for me right now is I got a brand new 289 number, and it was inherited from somebody who owes a lot of money to a lot of people. So I keep getting phone numbers from different people saying, is this Vinay? Vinay, you owe this, and we're coming after you. And I'm like, I'm not Vinay and A. Don't call me no more. Hang up. Because that's a lot of that's going on with me too right now. It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's see what y'all are saying about Trevor J's client for today. I want to see what's going on here. Let's see. Take a picture and post it. That could be, I don't know if he can do that. They made him sign an NDA. He can't do this, man. Yeah, Trevor, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Kaz is saying, Trevor, can you tell us tomorrow? I know. Maybe you could tell us after the fact. It's just you can't say anything now. Maybe we'll see Trevor's work on the Society page or on Entertainment Tonight or something. Cameron Diaz on the red carpet in Miami after getting her hair done by great platform artist Trevor J. Entertainment Tonight, Canada. It could be like that shit or something like that. Hot or cold? Is it Cameron Diaz? Am I hot? Am I cold? I don't know. Trevor, give us a movie name at least or something like that. He can't. He has to be quiet. He's in trouble right now. He can't say nothing, y'all. This is like being on Survivor. You better not talk about when you get eliminated from tribal council 6 months later. You better shut the fuck up. CBS will sue your ass. That's right. NDA. Don't get Trevor in trouble, guys. Come on now. Cardinal official. That'd be awesome. Although I think he's up here and Trevor's down there. It's got to be somebody from down south. Maybe it's somebody like Rick Ross. Or maybe it's that big fat guy who always says, we got the best music. Maybe it's that dude. Maybe that's who he's cutting the hair for or something. I don't know. I don't even remember that guy's name. I'm very happy that I forgot that guy's name. The best in music. Who the fuck is that? I forget his name. I blocked him out successfully. I don't remember. It's so funny. Kaz is saying, Lex, what basketball card brand do you recommend? I'm thinking about collecting some cards casually. Well, what are you looking to get into? Vintage or current cards are coming out right now? The cards that I like that are brand new are mosaic cards. They're beautiful. They have like a really shiny like gloss. And in some ways, they're like the current Skybox cards. Skybox was like the premium cards back in the day around 90. And the card that's like that now is Mosaic. The Mosaic cards are badass. Like they're really, really cool. And the other thing about Mosaic packs is if you open them up, you may get like game worn jersey cards. Seriously, like you'll open it up and they'll be like, this is a CJ McCollum game worn fragment of his jersey. So the Mosaic is the one I would say if you're going to buy current. But if you're looking for old cards, man, you just go get the stars that you like. And whatever company has made them, Fleer, Hoops, Skybox. There's a lot of old good cards. Fleer, yeah, Fleer's. I have a Fleer set from '89 that's got Larry Bird, Magic, Michael. It's got that heyday. I have the complete set. I still have it. I have a couple of full sets from like around 1990. Like I have 3 complete basketball sets. I have the first 2 hoop sets, and then I have a Fleer set that was from right around there. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. That's right. Okay, let's see. Do we have a clue here? Let's see. All right, I want to find out what's going on here. Seymour saying Cardinal reminds me of Chris Tucker in that Bruce Willis movie. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about The Fifth Element, where he's like wearing a weird like hair thing, and he's a singer, right? And he's like he talks really fast. Chris Tucker is a weird actor. Like when he's on Rush Hour with Jackie Chan, he's like, "What are you doing, Jackie Chan?" he's always talking so fast. And when people like do impressions of him on comedy shows like Mad TV, they're always so hilarious because Chris Tucker's such an interesting actor. He's an interesting guy. He's still a big NBA fan, and I like Chris Tucker. I've always been a fan of his acting. Trevor's saying, "I cannot take a picture either. I will get in trouble." Yeah, let's not mess with this. This is Trevor's livelihood. He has a reputation and a certain level of professionalism he needs to upkeep. So we need to respect Trevor J and what he's doing here, y'all. Seriously, we want him to be able to have this amazing lifestyle and everything he does, and I don't want him to screw it up in any kind of way. So y'all, let's protect our guy Trevor J, our commissioner of fun. Come on now. Blackhawk saying, I marked the scam numbers as spam. I get far less now. That's good. I've started to do that too. And they have cut down a bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Blackhawk saying Boucher can be a Cardinal lookalike. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that kind of. Yeah. Boucher did such a good job at Halloween dressed up as Snoop Dogg. Did y'all see Chris Boucher's Snoop Dogg costume for this year's Halloween at Casa Loma? He was perfect because in some ways he has the same body type as Calvin, as far as like so long and skinny. And he just had to put on some glasses over his eyes and have some hair behind, and boom, he looked like Snoop Dogg, and he knew the mannerisms and everything. He was like doing all the kind of things that Snoop Dogg would do as far as the way he carries himself. It was perfect. So he's like a perfect Snoop Doggy dog as a costume. Yeah, DJ Khaled, that's who I was trying. DJ Khaled, we got the best music. Yeah, I'd forgotten about him. God, man, you just reminded me of him. It's DJ Khaled. Is that who you're getting the haircut today, Trevor? Just wink like a couple times. Like, oh wait, put the emote, a wink. That's who your client is. I'm dead. Yeah, Rick Ross has no hair, Lex. I guess that wouldn't be Rick Ross then. Who else could it be from down in Miami that we know from down in Miami? Maybe you're doing Dwayne Wade. Maybe you're doing Dwayne Wade's hair. That'd be cool. Maybe you're doing Dwayne Wade's hair. Maybe the statue's hair. How about that? That statue needs some work, Trevor. Get down there and help the statue. That's right. Seymour saying scalp massage. Yeah, maybe a scalp massage for Rick Ross. I don't know. Another one. Yeah, another one. Yeah, I know. DJ Khaled, man. Annoying. Kaz saying current. Thanks for the advice, Lex. Yeah, Mosaic. That's the one I would say. If you want to get a whole set, they just look nice. They're very shiny, and they're very they look like they're going to be worth something down the road for sure. Yeah, cool, man. Seymour saying good luck and best wishes to you, Trevor J, with the hair. Don't screw it up. I'm sure he won't. This guy's a pro. He does all the pressure. I mean, there probably is some pressure in this. It's a lot different when you're cutting a celebrity's hair than a little kid's hair. And a little kid, they may start crying, and then you'll be like, oh, no, it's okay. I'm not hurting you. I didn't cut your ear. You're okay. But if it's a celebrity and you mess it up, oh, my gosh, there's got to be a little bit of pressure. I'm not trying to put pressure on you, Trevor. I'm just saying there could be some pressure there, a little bit of pressure. He's going to be fine. Trevor is top notch in his field. He's going to kick ass and do it perfect. Perfect. Exactly what they want. That's right. It'd be fun to get your hair cut by Trevor. It'd be probably really fun. He's probably really, really good. Although I'm like Rick Ross, I'd get a scalp massage. That's right. Wayne Strainer saying watching relatively good teams, alternate teammates capable of taking and making shots is very germane. That's interesting comment. That's interesting non sequitur in some ways. That's the thing with next man up mentality. That's the thing that's hurt the Sixers so bad this year. Is that Embiid is so important. Without him out there, they're screwed. And now that McCain's hurt, oh my gosh, the Sixers, their season has been such a disaster this year. In some ways, that's why you don't put all your chicken eggs in the same basket. You're going to have to split them up. And, well, we weather the storm a little bit better with Scotty out as our franchise player because RJ's around. So that's, in some ways, that's something. You got to have the next man up mentality is what I'm saying right now. Yeah. Yeah, Trevor's saying lots of my work sometimes show up on billboards, lots of magazines. No, I'm doing a beautiful celebrity. She's gorgeous. That's all I can say. Oh, man. Is it like Ariana Grande? Is it somebody like that? Oh, man. I'll bet it's like, ooh, Trevor J's work is on billboards, y'all, on magazine covers. That's what I'm saying. This man's the top of his field. That's what I'm saying, man. Stargate saying Halle. Yeah, Halle. Is it Halle Berry? Halle Berry? Ooh, is it Charles Oakley's best friend, Halle Berry? Is it? Ooh, I bet. Maybe it is. It is, maybe. Fiercely saying, Trevor, can you tell us about the celebrity tomorrow after the service? I don't know if he can. It's like the NDA is the NDA, and it's for a while and stuff like that. And they don't want anybody knowing their secrets, the celebrities. No, secret beauty secrets. Like Trevor J is our hairstylist. That's a beauty secret, and they can't let that out. It's proprietary. That's right. If you know, is kind of what it is right there. Yeah. Smooth saying, I think Chris Boucher is likely traded, man. I think it's true. I mean, it's ripe for it. Like I said, he's gotten enough time this year that everybody can see how good he is right now. It's not like he hasn't played and nobody knows. We've showcased him really well with the injuries early this season. And he's a very helpful player to a lot of teams. And, it's not that we need Chris's rebounding and energy anymore at this point. Because in some ways, Jonathan
is a great replacement in that kind of way. But overall, our team is playing with extra energy like Chris does anyway. So I don't know. I hate this, but in some ways, I could see if anybody's going to get traded, it might be Chris. Seymour saying if it's Stacey Dash, I'm mad jealous. Seymour still loves Stacey from Mean Girls, right? Or was it Legally Blonde or something like that? It was something. She was in a couple of those movies back then with Alicia Silverstone. Stacey Dash, though, kind of went crazy and went on the right wing TV shows for a while there, talking crazy on Fox News for a little while there. But she has not aged that badly at all. She's kept her looks for being an older lady now. She looks very young still for she has that youthful kind of face. I see Seymour's favorite is Stacey Dash. Okay, he's mad jealous. Wayne saying that Grady gets tired running away from multiple defenders. That means somebody else is open. Open teammates have to make their shots. Hello, Oshai, Davion, and Battle. Yeah, that's I can't argue with any of that. I think that if the Raptors and the 905 could target sections of the court where the defenders aren't and get the ball to those people, that's where the good stuff happens. A lot of these cross swing passes to Jamison or Oshai, where they're completely open in the corner or on the wing, is fantastic. And we want to look for these guys more on the weak side. That's what I want to see more of, because we saw some of that in the 905 game yesterday and it was very successful. Very successful. Randolph's here. Good to see Randolph Phillips. Good game day. Blessings, beloved Raptor Freak, most informative gang. What have you chosen to spread today matters. Choose joy and happiness and touch everyone you can with love. Yes, I love that. Yeah, positive Monday. Let's get out there and Raptorize our day and kick some butt today and do it in a loving, positive way. I'm all about that. Randolph, thank you for your words of wisdom and your encouragement to be positive people. I love that. Kaz is saying, okay, so we know it's a woman. Yeah, it's a woman. At least we know that. Maybe we could play that game 20 questions and we can only ask him questions and he can tell us yes or no. And he's not directly telling us who it is. We could just be like, is it older woman or a younger woman? Oh, wait, we got to do it where it's the yes or no answer. Is this woman older than you, Trevor? And then he says, no. 20 questions. You know how that game played. We used to do that when we were kids. Stargate saying, I know. It's Gloria Stefan. That could be. Yeah, that she would be older than Trevor. So is it Gloria Stefan? Yes or no? 20 questions. We'll figure this out by the end of this chat. Rihanna? Is it Rihanna? And Fiercely saying, Lex, my daughter's coach said the reason why Cavs and Celtics are the top two is because they push the ball and force fast transitions rather than focusing on defense. Hence why the easy threes and scoring. Do you agree? That's true. It is the strategy of them, but let's give a little bit more credit to what they're doing on defense, because they do have defenses also. It's not that they just push the ball down your throat on fast transition. If they're set in half court, the Celtics have a very good trapping style. Even though their defenders are usually undersized against the team they're playing, they do really well with coming with the extra defender to really muck up the offense and make it hard for people to move the ball around. The other side of things, the Cavs, it's more the height of Mobley and Allen and, the tenacity of their outside defenders like Mitchell that screw things up. So both teams are actually good defensive teams. I don't totally agree with them assessing that they're not good defensive teams. They do very good things on defense. And their offensive description is absolutely apropos too. So I would say that. Blackhawks saying, which team would take Boucher and what would the return be? I have no idea. I'm not going to try and do the trade machine or speculate this. I'll just say, I could see maybe he goes to Golden State or Miami as teams that fit him. Who knows? It could be that he's reunited with OG and Precious in New York. There's all kinds of different things that could happen. I have no idea. And he may not even get traded, guys. So until something happens, then I'll react to it. I have no idea, though. Let's see. Fiercely, that's accurate. Yeah, I think that's accurate, but I think that they're not giving enough credit to them on their defense. They do have good defenses, both of them, especially Cleveland. Cleveland has a really good defense. In some ways, the Celtics do their defense with smoke and mirrors, and it's just a lot of really good teamwork and trapping and really being annoying is what they do.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's right. Blackhawks saying pray for Stacy Dash. That bottle got her. Yeah. Trevor's saying, I wish. I can't. I can't tell you guys. You guys won't be crazy right now. She's my 10th celebrity for the year to get my signature haircut. Wow. So this is the 10th celebrity that Trevor J has done their hair in his signature haircut. So Trevor has a signature haircut, y'all. The Trevor J. In some ways, Trevor, can you do this for us in the Facebook chat? Will you share a picture of not one of your clients, so you're not getting in trouble, of what the Trevor J signature haircut looks like? I think we're very, very curious. I want to see what your signature haircut is, man. If you can share that in the Facebook chat, that'd be awesome, man. Blackhawks saying Trevor J cutting Jay-Z. Jay-Z needs a makeover big time. Yeah, haircut. Clue, haircut. We're real detectives on this today. Real detectives on the Trevor J celebrity that is getting their hair done today. I wonder who it is. All right, I got to the end of the chat. Let me go over my tabs real quick. Once again, we have injuries today, but not for long. Scotty's got eyes on this. Bruce Brown out today. Emmanuel Quickly out today. Scotty Bonds out today. Jamison Battle out today because of his ankle also. We're expecting AJ Lawson to make his Raptors debut in the confines of the Scotiabank Arena. Toronto boy made good coming in and playing for the Toronto Raptors tonight. I want to see that. I want to see that beautiful moment. And yeah, Scotty, come on back, man. All three of y'all be ready for Brooklyn on Thursday, please. The Bulls have these injuries right now. Let's see if they've changed it all. We'll refresh the page. Dalen Terry is questionable for today. Lonzo Ball is probable. Nikola Vucevic is probable. And Zach LaVine is questionable. So it's more likely we'll see Ball and Vucevic, but not Zach LaVine and Dalen Terry. Also, EJ Liddell is out for the Bulls. The referees for today, Mark Lindsay is the crew chief. He is the family guy. He favors the Raptors. We won our first game this season with Mark Lindsay as our referee. So we like Mark Lindsay. The second ref is Jenna Schroeder. She is even for both teams. Both teams have 40% winning percentages with Jenna. Exact same record for the Bulls as the Raptors. So that's equal. Sayesh Mehta, the would-be doctor, is the third ref, and he favors the Bulls very, very much so. So, yeah, there's your and Jenna, we've lost the 2 games that she's ref for us so far this season. Good job by the 905, winning by 1 yesterday, 115 to 114. My 5 stars of the game were 3 Canadians, AJ Lawson, Eugene Omoruyi, and Quincy Guerriere, along with our great rookie Jamal Shed and Ulrich Shamshay are my 5 stars from yesterday's action in the game. We did the Instagram stories. Let's see. Is there anything in the news? As I said earlier, Thomas Bryant has been traded to the Indiana Pacers for a couple of second rounders to the Heat. That's just a little trade news right there. Let's see. That's not important. I did that. We did check out your fantasy basketball teams in the Yahoo Fantasy League. We just finished a long week. It was like a 2-week week where I ended up defeating Gerald 4-3. Team Canada, I'm sorry, Naco the Nacho. I had to defeat you in this past week. So it's new matchups this week. It looks like I'm going to be playing Omari Parsons this week. So check out your matchups and get your lineup set for the Raptor Freak Fantasy Basketball League. Yep, we said happy birthday to Joey Dorsey. And that's it, guys. I'm going to give Trevor J another big dunk for having a big appointment today and dealing with our questions in a very graceful way. And knowing that, you know what, he probably does want to tell us, guys, but he can't, y'all. 258 on the dunk charts for Trevor. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see. Kaz is saying, yes, can we see the signature cut? Yeah, I want to see what it is. I want to see what the style is. It'd be cool. Like, you don't do flock of seagulls kind of haircuts, do you, Trevor? That would be kind of cool, man. If you're doing like 80s flare up, crazy, like flock of seagulls kind of haircuts. I think that those are very cool. In some ways, things come back in style. And I don't know. Maybe that stuff is too crazy at this point. You know, I don't know. I don't know enough about this world, the hairstyling world, obviously. Let's see. Fiercely saying Nia Long has short hair. Holly Berry at times. Taraji Henson. Yeah, these are different names of people that could be the mystery celebrity. In some ways, this is such a fun Raptor Freaks mystery. The Trevor J celebrity client, Tony Braxton. Unbreak my heart, say you love me forever. Undo the words that you've gone when you walked out that door and stepped out of my life. Uncry these tears I cried so many years. Unbreak my heart. I better get up my stream soon. Damn. I work with men and women, y'all. So he's be cutting some male celebrities too, I'll bet. Yeah. Do you give him the same signature cut? Is it unisex? I don't know. It could be. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just comedy on the show. That's all. Let's see. Fiercely saying W Stream fam and looking for an early Xmas present with Lawson's debut or IQ and Bruce and Scotty's return. Thursday, Brooklyn. Bet you they're going to be back. We're going to see the whole band together on Thursday. I'm going to bet you money all three of them come back on Thursday. I'm telling you they're coming. Kaz is saying, I really hope Lawson gets some run tonight. An athlete like him can really boost our energy. Yeah, I want to see this. I think it's very likely that Darko will give him a nod and let him get his dream out of the way. It may be that he doesn't show up too often on the Raptors, but we've been so nice in letting our rookies play this year. It doesn't make any sense why Darko would not allow AJ Lawson to get out there, especially with the way he's been playing at such a high level in the G League this year. I mean, he has so many 30-point games this G League season already. He has a few on the Raptors 905. He's only been there for 2 games. And he's been scoring like crazy, dominating G League. So he can help us on the NBA level. He will today. Watch. I'm going to predict that right now. AJ Lawson's going to come out there tonight, and he's going to do some things. He's going to make it really hard for Darko to make decisions. Trust me. He's going to do some things. Watch. I'll bet you. Fiercely saying, oh, LeBron was back to playing yesterday, by the way. I saw that. LeBron's blaming his foot for the reason why he left the team and went away for a while. He needed to get some time away to heal his foot injury. That he's saying that's why he wasn't around the team. And his goal to play all 82 games this season was messed up by his foot injury. And that's it. So who knows? We'll have to see what happens. Maybe he still gets traded. Watch. It could happen. Seriously. Fiercey's also saying, I won my fantasy last week. Whoop, whoop. 11th position for me. You got to get in the top 8 if you want the playoffs. So Fiercey, keep going. Keep striving. You're going to get there. Stargate saying, if I am the Raptors, you less it's too good to be true. I'll hold on to Chris and Bruce until the deadline when some teams get desperate. No, that may be smart. You know, I think it's too soon. I think Bruce has got to come back and play a few games, but that'd be hilarious if he did get traded immediately after he came back and played for the first time. But who knows? I think you're right. I think that it won't be in this calendar year if there's a trade for the Raptors. I think it's more likely to happen closer to the All-Star break is what I would say. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. Let's see. Cool Cats, Lex Pipes, talent. You thought you liked me doing Tony Braxton? Yeah, that's a little tough. I'm surprised I remembered so many of the lyrics. It's such a haunting song. And she's such a sexy lady. Oh my gosh. Tony Braxton, when she did that song in that video. Woo! That was a good one. Kaz is saying, that reminds me, I need to go follow AJ on Instagram. Maybe I should do that right now quick too. Let's see what AJ Lawson's doing on Instagram. That reminds me too, my guy. Thanks for reminding me. Let's see if he's on here. Where's AJ Lawson? Okay, is that the right AJ Lawson? I can't tell. It looks like it is. Followers. Gerald's following him. Okay, Naco the Nacho's already following him, and he's there. Okay, yeah, he's got his welcome to Toronto. Welcome to the Raptors. There he is. Lawson has 17 points at the half from yesterday. That's right. That in the 905 jersey. And there he is on blast with his teammates from the good excellence from yesterday. And yeah, there he is as him and Eugene as the 2 stars getting 34 points each for 905. Okay, all right. I've got you, Lawson. I'm following you now. Thanks for that cue, Kaz. Trevor's saying, gotta go, guys. They send me a lemon so I can get to work. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Limo. They sent him a limo. So they got a limo to come pick him up to take him to his celebrity hairstyling appointment today. Woo, that's why I'm saying this man lives that Ric Flair high-profiling, jet-styling, high-profiling lifestyle. That's right. A lemon. No, it may be a bad limo. No, it's not a bad limo. He just, his accent, when he says it, he's not typing. He says his comments, and there's often really funny misspellings like this one.
He said limo, but he said lemon. Lemon, yeah. He thought it was a lemon, yeah. Yeah, Tony Braxton's the real eye candy. There you go. Fiercey knows what's up. Fiercey knows what's up. I'm sure she still looks real good for her age right now, too. Tony Braxton. She had some sisters, too, right? They were Braxton's sisters, right? Limo. Yeah, it was a limo. Yeah, Trevor J don't play nice. There you go. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak channel today. Stargate saying Tony is still fine. Has a good surgeon. Nevertheless, she still looks good. Yeah, surgery is so weird. Plastic surgery. I feel like some celebrities get the plastic surgery and it's just a bad career move. Trust me. This is your natural beauty was in your natural quirkiness of your naturalness. And when you lose that, you lose your charm. You don't look as authentic and real anymore. Jennifer Grey, that's the one that really stands out to me. The girl from Dirty Dancing cut her nose all up and lost it. And she lost all of her appeal in some ways to me, because that was part of what made you really cute. Was your unperfect nose, Jennifer Grey. Why'd you do that to yourself? Now I had the time of my life talking Raptors with you for 2 hours. Oh, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. Kaz is laughing. W stream, www. Joan Rivers, rest in peace. Surgery not good. Exactly. Too much. You and Michael Jackson, the same plastic surgeon, obviously, because y'all turned in the same person. That's right. Okay, I'm out. Let's go, Fiercey. All right, let's go. Raptors beat the Bulls tonight. Let's go. Trevor J. Cut that hair, Trevor J. Wow.